Being a first-generation Latino, a male growing up in South Los Angeles with two parents that didn't have a high school education, I didn't have anybody to actually mentor me or orient me or give me some kind of guidance. I'm thankful for my parents that they were very encouraging and they never lost sight of how important education is. But at the same time, it was difficult because I had no idea what it meant to take science forward. We didn't have the financial means or resources to actually choose a four-year university that I would want to go. So I decided to take the junior college route. I came across a lot of science professors at those community colleges that kept me encouraged. A biology professor at Southwest, a chemistry professor at Trade Tech, and in Cal State Dominguez Hills actually was the place where I actually came across a professor, Dr. Helen Chun, who became my mentor. She became a mentor in this program called the Mark U Star program, and a second program called the MBRS RISE program. Two programs that promote diversity in the sciences. And what they do is they basically give undergraduate students the ability to be exposed to the science that actually happens in a laboratory, to running a Western, collecting cells, small things like that. But they also provide you a stipend so that while you're working, you get a little bit, while you're there in the lab, you get a little bit of funding for yourself. But it was there that I actually got exposed to the greater scientific community that I didn't know existed. I chose to go to the PhD program at UCLA. At UCLA, I decided to join the lab of Dr. Dinesh Rao. Dr. Rao studies the areas of leukemias and lymphomas, which are cancers of the blood, disorders of the blood, and the areas that he focuses on are the genetic material RNA, because we know that it's very important in how these diseases and how these cancers actually develop. The next step in the academic path for me was to get a postdoc position, either a university or a hospital, to continue some type of research. Here at USC and Dr. Rao's lab, we are studying how normal stem cells of the blood, they develop, attempting to find and discover new things about these stem cells. What causes them to become these cells that protect us from infections and these cells that provide oxygen throughout our body. Studying how the normal stem cell develops in the blood will give us some answers possibly to what eventually gives you a disease. My idea, my dream job would have been always, and I guess continues to be a professor at a university and teach. I grew up in Los Angeles. I know that there's a lot of young minds right there that haven't been exposed to what I've been exposed to. And so one part of my goal is to eventually go back to a community that I grew up in and help guide people towards a more greater diversity in science. My always suggestion to young people is to go beyond what you see in front of you, because there's always more. Don't settle for the things that are around you, but always strive to reach for more. You never know the doors that are going to open when you take that leap, when you have a little bit of faith and take that leap to something that you have never been exposed to, but could be out there.